Hello everybody, Abby Snowbaker here, back as another video, and today I'm just going to talk to you guys about what a league arsenal should look like when you're bowling league or competition. And if you want to build a tournament arsenal, I'll also explain a little bit about that today as well, if you're building like a tournament arsenal for a sports shot league or anything like that. So today I'm just going to show you guys one of my a league arsenal out of some of the bowling balls that I have in my bag. And I'm also going to show you guys a tournament arsenal for bowling on sport patterns. Some of the bowling balls in that I'm going to talk to you guys about in the sport shot arsenal comparison. Some of those bowling balls are not owned yet, but I will be owning them at some point. But I will just explain the bowling balls I don't have, why you need them in arsenal. So anyway, you guys, let's get started with the video. So the first ball I'm going to talk to you guys about today is the smoothest, strongest ball in your bag that you need on house shot. And also a good ball in sport patterns when they're long and medium long. I'm going to show you guys the Roto-Grip Halo Solid, which I've had this ball for a long time. I've had this ball since it came out back in 2019. So I've had this ball a good long time now. And it's still in really good condition. I have not thrown it a ton in the last couple of years because I said it's been discontinued. And I'm trying to keep it in good shape for tournament use. There are times I bring it out for league still. And there are times that I still throw it in league play. But mainly the times I use this ball for are for tournaments. The main league balls that I take me for league now that are still being in line is the RC Hyperdrive. Is one of the main ASIM solids I take me to league. And also I'm going to be taking another ASIM solid that I'm going to be doing very soon in the Origin EX, which is also still being made. So those are two balls I'm going to be taking league for asymmetrical solids. For the fresh oil. I have other pieces, like I will take the discontinued, like the gem that I'm going to do soon, the magic gem, this Halo Solid, the UFO Solid, the clone, Harsh Reality Solid's about to drill, my OG Reality. So I said I have plenty of bowling balls to take for this asymmetrical solid spot, but the Halo is my favorite asymmetrical solid of all time. Really love the predictability of it. It's pretty much just as good as my proton physics is. I really love this ball on fresh. It rolls fantastic for me. Also, the physics blackout ought to be another bowling ball I'm going to be trying to use for fresh when I can get one drilled, because that ball is still being made. And it has the same cover as the proton, but a pearlized version. So it's going to be with some service on it. It's going to be a lot smoother shape because I'm going to keep with some service on it. So I can use it on fresh, so I'm not throwing my older stuff all the time to keep these in good shape for tournaments. But my Halo Solid, like I said, this ball is one of my favorite bowling balls on fresh oil. It's going to always be in my bag. I'm going to probably do a second one in the future. I really do love this ball. It's been in my arsenal since it came out, like I said. And this is the ball you want to start with on house shot to see what the oil, if you need something that's really strong. This is the ball that gets you started. On very heavy oil. If your benchmark ball is not enough ball, or you run into a situation where you're bowling on a long sport pattern. So I'm going to put that to the side. Actually, I'm going to put this back in my bag. And I'm going to talk about the next bowling ball in my bag. Now, technically, I usually don't keep the identity that strong in my bag as my second ball spot. This ball is very clean and very sharp. And like I said, sometimes this ball is it's just too strong of a cover. So there's not always times, usually I'm not always in this identity. But this is my ball down ball. But sometimes this ball is just not, it's a little bit too strong. So usually I'm between, so if I'm not taking my identity and my UC2 is not strong enough. Usually, the last week I got the DNA Coil. And the DNA Coil, I could probably put this more in that second spot. I think my identity would be a little bit weaker than that. But like I said, I have not filled my identity enough to see that. My DNA Coil is also a really good ball. But I said if I was going to build a 6-ball bag, depending on the house, if I was going to a house I did not know, I would probably be taking the identity. Only because the identity is a little bit smoother, a little more controllable for a pearl. If I was to go on a house that I knew, and the identity was not enough ball, I'd probably be taking the DNA Coil in that spot. Because the DNA Coil is little bit stronger cover than the Identity is. Also a stronger PSA and a higher differential. So, the DNA Coil is a great ball. I've already shot 290 with this, my second game with it ever in League last week. I ended up shooting 761 for series. And this DNA Coil is just a very, very good ball. I'm so excited to get DNA Solid into my bag very soon. Also getting my Touchstars too. I did talk to my PSO Jeff, and he's got them in the shop for sale for $75 a piece. So I'm going to be picking those up. And also taking a look at what other bomb balls he might have and pick it up. Trying to maybe possibly pick up a third ball from him as well. Like either the Phase AI, the IQ Tour AI, maybe the Zen 25. We'll have to see what he has. But I'm getting at least a Touchstar and Touchstars 2 from him. I'm going to see if he has an Origin EX or a Phase AI or a Zen 25 or something like that to go for my third ball from him. Gonna see what he has. So, anyways, DNA Coil, you guys, I really am a fan of it. So far, I absolutely love it. And if I didn't know, but I didn't know what the condition was, and I was going to a house I did not know, I'd probably take an Identity over this. But I said both balls are really good. I have the Identity BCP too, which is supposed to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper than the original. But I said I love my original Identity, but sometimes this ball is just not enough ball. So there comes a time where I cannot fill this. So I end up going to my DNA Coil. Also could put my Dream Big Pearl in this spot, but my Dream Big Pearl is even stronger than these two. So if I want something that's like middle of the road, that's weaker than my Dream Big Pearl, that's stronger than my Identity, this is what DNA Coil will fit into play for me. Really do love this ball so far, and cannot wait to throw it a lot more. But I said this Identity, I drilled a little bit weaker, a little bit of a taller pen than my DNA Coil. And like I said, if I was born a center that hooked a lot, I'd be taking the Identity over the DNA Coil. But if I'm born at my normal center, this Identity would be a really good ball there, only if I had some surface on it. If I left this ball polished, it would work, but I'd have to play deeper on the lane, and I would probably have to slow my speed down a little bit to get this ball to round the corner. This ball is great when the situation calls for it, but there are times that this ball would have to stay in my bag or stay home, only because I like this ball to be very situational for the times I'm going to use it. It's a great bowling ball, don't get me wrong. I love what Storm did with this, and just want to do with this ball with the REX cover, which is a good cover stock. I really love it on my Infinite Physics. I really love it on my Dark Code. I can't wait to try it on Virtual Energy Blackout. I love it on the Night Road and the Fate. But I said this cover with this core, it's just nice. The core is a little bit too weak. It's a great bowling ball though when the situation calls for it. But if I was to choose one over the two, the DNA Coil will probably take in that spot only because it's a little bit stronger of a core and a little bit stronger of a cover stock. So that's just gonna go around for my second spot in the bag. So sorry about the little bit of rambling there, but like I said, those two balls were kind of fighting for that second spot in the bag where I would usually take for that second spot in the bag. Is only because they're so close. They're close, but the DNA Coil has a little bit more cover strength. So that's why I've been taking the DNA Coil over the Identity for last week, because I got my DNA Coil, and I figured try it out in League, and it has a little bit stronger cover stock. Took it, ended up shooting a really high series between that and my Ion Pro. I'm about to show you guys here in a second. So, and not to mention that ball is really, really, really good. So next up here is my pretty much my weaker step down ball from my DNA Coil and my Halo Solid. Now technically, usually I would take a UC2 in this spot, or a Gremlin when I draw a Gremlin. Something that is a pearlized cover that is cleaner and has a lower PSA. Now, I'm gonna end up probably drawing two Gremlins in the future. Cause I have two UC2s. I love them both. One's 16, one's 15. I'm gonna try to draw two Gremlins in 15. One with a stronger layout with some surface, and one powerless with a taller pen. Now, I have this Ion Pro technically here in the third slot in the bag. Main reason why is because it's a little bit stronger of a cover stock than the UC2 and the Gremlin. Actually, it might not be as strong as the Grem one, but I know it's a little bit stronger than the UC2. But it has a hybrid cover, and it's got a really, really, really pretty benchmarky core. Now, I do have the Ion Pro Solid as well, which I have shown. That's brand new in the box. And this Ion Pro Hybrid, you guys, is really good. I went to this ball later on in the night, the first week of League at Ripix. And I ended up shooting 761 between DNA Coil and this. This ball is great. But the only thing is, you got to make sure you keep this ball clean. This ball, if this ball gets dirty, it is going to either hook hard on you, or it's going to not see the friction and not cut the spot the right way. Now, this ball did get a couple scratches on it from the time me throwing it last, so I'm going to be taking this Scuff Mark Mover to it shortly here before I show you guys how to free bowling balls. But this ball is really, really, really good. And if you guys, if you guys really like the really, really controllable cores, the Identity is no match. The Identity is just a fantastic. The Ion Pro is a fantastic match, just all around. The Ion Pro Hybrid, just really, really good ball. Really does the job right. Gets down the lane, hooks hard, and continues. So, like I said, if you guys really, really love the Ion line, please don't hesitate to give the Ion Pro Hybrid a shot. Now, I'm going to be cleaning this ball real quick while I'm talking to you guys about it some more. With a scuff bucket mover, and I'm just gonna say pretty much, you guys, the Ion Pro Hybrid is very special. Very, very, very special ball. If you really need something that is really, really, really not as hockey stick as a lot of your other balls in your bag, I do highly recommend drawing one of these balls. It has been very good for me. So far, I've had some good games on it. I'm gonna, like I said, this ball really, really has done me wonders so far. I'm trying to get this ball ready now for League, so I'm just trying to take out these a couple scuffs I had on it from the last time I used it. But yeah, this ball is absolutely incredible. So, like I said, before you bowl League, also make sure that you clean your equipment. Like, make sure you have your if you are on self-cleaning damage like I am, make sure that you are getting the scuffs and dirt and grime off your ball, like I'm doing right now. Make sure you keep them nice and clean, because if you don't, you're gonna ruin your ball reaction. And like I said, that's one of the things I've been trying my best to work on this year, making sure my bowling balls are clean and consistent. Like I said, you can notice that some of this dirt and grime that's getting on the cover, sometimes don't even see it on some of these bowling balls. Because it soaks into the ball with the dirt and the grime and the oil, and you just cannot see it. So, I always recommend, if you can, just try your best to clean off your bowling balls. Try your best to get in there with some the Scuff Mark Remover, get through all the dirt and grime that's in the ball, and get it out of the cover, because pretty much you're saving yourself a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money, because you said these bowling balls, if you don't take care of them, they're going to get all beat up, and then you're going to spend hundreds of dollars trying to get yourself a new ball. And some people don't have that kind of time or that kind of money. So what I highly suggest is just take some time, go in there and clean your equipment. Take care of it, get all the dirt and grime out of the ball. Saves you time, saves you money, and because you don't want to go spending all this money on bowling balls if you don't have to. So that's what I highly suggest. So, like I said, now my Ion Pro is clean and it's tacky. So, like I said, just take a couple minutes. Make sure that before you bowl, make sure you go in there, take care of your equipment, clean it, get all the scuff marks out of it. So now my Ion Pro is pretty much like new again. Still got a little couple scratches in it, but that's okay. Like I said, all bowling was gonna get kind of beat up, but this ball is really good. And this is pretty much my ball down for my DNA Coil, and my big ball down for my Halo Solid. So, this would be in my third spot. Now, for my fourth spot, I would put a Phase 2 or an Idol or an Axiom in the spot, or TNT. But unfortunately, since all those are at my bowling alley, I don't feel like, and I'm just gonna tell you guys a ball that is similar to it, similar to those balls, but a little bit weaker and a little bit more controllable. This is also a really good benchmark ball, but I said I put this down in the underneath benchmark. Technically, if you want to consider my Iron Pro, that pretty much is a benchmark ball, but it's ASIM. If I was gonna put a benchmark symmetrical ball, I would definitely be putting a phase 2 in that spot. But since my phase 2 is not with me, I'm just gonna put the Hype Solid in that spot. So my Hype Solid here is a really, really good ball. I've had some really good scores with this ball so far. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do the same thing with this ball as I just did with my Ion Pro. So give me a second while I'm talking about it. But the Hype Solid has VTC on it, which is the same cover that's on the Hustles and the winner line, which I am going to be joining the winners up very soon, the Winner Solid and the Winner Pro. And what I really like about this ball, guys, is that it really works well for high friction centers. So I was bowling at Midway for the summer, and I ended up throwing this ball up there on Fresh. Was not expecting to throw this ball on Fresh, but ended up having to throw this ball on Fresh up there because the lanes were really hooking. My IQ Tour was a little bit too weak of a little bit too strong. So I went right down to the Hype Solid. And I'm glad I drilled it when I did, because I ended up having to go right to this ball because my IQ Tour was a little bit too strong. And I had nothing that was nothing before this ball that was a tad bit weaker. So when I got this Hype Solid and I saw that happening, I'm like, well, I've been told it's supposed to be a baby IQ Tour, supposed to be a little bit stronger than a Hustle PBR, which a Hustle PBR I'm going to also drill my bag very soon. I was like, why not test it out? I know it's supposed to be a little bit weaker than a Winner Solid as well. So I'm like, why not test it out? Since now I actually had the ball drilled. Never see all the hypes about in this Hype Solid. So I went out, I threw it. And oh my god, you guys, I was very impressed. I am going to be definitely doing a second one of this in the future. Probably with a weaker layout, probably a taller pin. But this one, so far, absolutely impressed. This ball got really dirty the last time I threw it. I have not thrown this ball in a while. Last time I threw it was up Midway, and I was really impressed by the shape. So, like I said, this ball really, really is a good ball. I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these in the future. Really impressed by this. I'm glad Roga came out with this ball because it's absolutely amazing. The record line also is really good from Roto Grip. Not for any of them, but I'm planning on to in the future. I do want to try some more Roto Grip stuff. I also am going to be trying a lot more Nine Global stuff and also a lot of the old Storm balls as well. Like, for example, I want to try the Frantic and the Freaking Frantic and Critical and the Critical Fairy and stuff like that. But this Hype Solid, you guys, my first impression of it, I got this one used. Absolutely incredible. So, if you guys can get your hands on a Hype Solid, please do so. The ball's been discontinued for a while now. This ball's made in 2022, so it's about 3 years old now. I believe it was out maybe a year and a half. And the ball was really good, but unfortunately it's been discontinued. I really am impressed with this ball so far, though, you guys. Rolls great, has a very, very controllable shape. Doesn't do anything crazy in the back end. Just very reliable, and really, really, really been impressed with it. So, this is a great ball. It was really dirty, as you guys can see. I did take off all the dirt and grime for the scuff moving pad, and it's in really good shape now. So, and it's really been cleaned. So, this Hype Solid, you guys, but a great ball. It's a great benchmark ball. It's a little bit weaker than IQ Tour, and it's weaker than Phase 2, but really, really, really good when the lanes call for it, and I really, really love this ball. So, I highly recommend this ball if you guys need something that's a little bit weaker than a benchmark ball, but still in that benchmark category. Next ball, which is technically my transition ball, that's symmetric. 900 Global Zen. Now, I have not thrown this ball in a while. They came up with the Zen 25, and the Zen 25 pretty much is going to be one of the next bowling balls I'm doing. But this original Zen, I have loved since it came out. And like I said, I have pretty much went and bought this one brand new, and really absolutely in love with it. So my main plan is to do another Zen, another backup original Zen, and possibly draw a second Zen Gold Label, because I said these bowling balls for me are the absolute nut. They really are very good bowling balls. So like I said, I really love this ball, and like I said, I am planning on stashing one or two of these away. Same with my Honey Run Alone Wave. We really love the Zen. We really love the Phase 2. So I said bowling balls that we really love. Like I said, I also love the Hype Solid. I also love the IQ Tour. Bowling balls like that, we're going to be stashing away. Backups. But like I said, the Zen, you guys already know I love this ball so much. I've talked about it in a lot of videos, and I've also thrown it a lot of times in a lot of different situations. There's not any shorts on this ball yet, but there will be. I have some shorts of the Zen Soul and the Zen Master on there. I have not, and I have shorts of the Zen Gold Label, but I do not have any shorts of the original Zen. The only reason I don't have shorts of the original Zen is because I have not had time to post any yet, but I will be. Don't you worry. But I said I have posted shorts of the Zen Gold Label and the Zen Soul and the Zen Master, and I love all three of them. This original Zen I will be doing some shorts of very soon. Zen 25, the same thing. But I said bowling balls like this, I absolutely love. I'm going to be stashing a couple away. And when the time comes I need to drill them, I will drill them. The Zen, though, is a really good ball. It's a must-have in the bag. If you guys have not had a Zen in your bag, and you want something that's a little bit close to it, but not exactly close, drill the Zen 25. Like I said, I'm gonna be drawing the Zen 25, but like I said, I'm gonna be making sure that they are a little bit different. In terms of shape, I'm not gonna draw them both exactly the same, but I'm also gonna make sure to add some tweaks in the surfaces too, if I have to. Like I said, your bowling ball, like I said, I'm trying my best here to show you guys why, as well as talking about the equipment, is why you gotta make sure you clean your equipment. Because look at all this dirt and grime that's in my bowling balls right now. You gotta make sure you're taking care of them. Because you could be bowling, let's say you're a 220 average bowler, and you don't take care of your equipment, and you never clean them, never get the oil out of them every single year that you bowl, never get them resurfaced every so often, never do any of that stuff. Your bowling balls are gonna eventually get in very bad shape where you're gonna have to throw them out and buy new ones, and that's just a lot of money. I mean, a lot of my bowling balls here, yes, are used. I mean, this Zen is brand new, but I said a lot of my bowling balls are actually used, and I still make sure they're in good condition. I still take care of them, because even if you get a used bowling ball from a friend or your PSO or whoever, you still gotta take care of them, right? They're bowling balls. Don't just let them sit. Don't just think of these like a car, or like, for example, your boat, your sailboat, or your golf clubs. Think of this like your stuff that you really need to take care of. For example, your lawnmower. Cause I said you could be going out mowing your lawn, and your lawnmower could break down, and that's because you're not taking care of it. So the same thing goes for your bowling equipment, your golf clubs, any of the hobbies that you love to do. You gotta make sure you take care of your stuff. Because if you are gonna go out and do your favorite hobby, like bowl, do golf, whatever, play basketball, play baseball, you gotta make sure you take care of your equipment. Your baseball bats, your baseballs, your gloves, whatnot, whatever. You gotta make sure you're taking care of them. So, if you don't, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna do very well. That's just facts. But anyway, the Zen, I am definitely doing another one of these. I'm planning on stashing a couple away if I can in the future. Really good ball. Really love it. I just have not thrown it in a while because I'm trying to keep it for tournaments now because it's been discontinued. I'm going to pretty much put a Zen 25 in its place for league, but I'm going to keep this ball for tournaments, and I might throw it in league play once in a while because I said I really do love this ball, but I said I'd try not to keep it. I'm trying not to throw it too much in league play because it's been discontinued, and I don't want to wear it out. But like I said, I'm going to be stashing a couple of these away, brand new in the box. I'm going to also try to draw a second one at some point, so I have two in the bag with different layouts. probably do another one with a little bit of stronger pen, because this one's drilled with a taller pen. But, really, really love this ball, and, really cannot wait to keep throwing it. Now, for the final ball in the bag, which is honestly, to be honest with you guys, a little bit shocking that it is, I have not thrown this ball as much as the other ones that I've mentioned in this video. But, the main reason why it's my reason why I was talking about it a little bit is because it is really, really, really good. Now, this is not my weakest ball ever in my whole entire arsenal. The weakest ball in my entire arsenal would be, Electrify Pearl, or my Hustle Wine, or my Hike Pearl. But this is down in that weaker realm. I am also doing some more weaker stuff in my bag, like the Electrify Go and Electrify BSY, Burner Pearl, Afterburners, stuff like that. But we'll get to those when we get to those. Also, possibly I'm also doing a Typhoon and a Revenant. But we'll get to those very, very, very soon, when I get them in the near future. I also got the White Hot Badger down in that similar category as well. Hyrule Pearl and Night Road, stuff like that, down in that similar category as well, but a little bit stronger. But I said we'll get to that when that time comes. Also plan on doing a Road Warrior and a Hyrule 40 soon. And also a Victory Road Pearl and maybe a Crossroad. But like I said, we'll get down to those when those balls come in my bag in the future. But today, we also talk about the Phase 5. Now, the Wolverine Dark Moss can be another ball I'm going to drill. It's going to be similar to my Wolverine, but I'm a little bit stronger because I'm going to drill it a little bit differently and have some service on it. But like I said, we'll get to that. We'll get that ball soon, and we'll talk about that when I get that ball as well. But anyway, Storm Phase 5. I got this from my friend Joe Trotty. It is on its third drill. And this ball is like my weakest ball in my bag right now that I've been using, because I can't really get down to my weaker balls as much, being a left-handed bowler. I don't get down to my Electrify Pearl a lot. I don't get down to my Hustle Wine a lot. I don't get down to my Hike Pearl a lot. But I said I'm going to be drilling those bowling balls like the Revenant, like Typhoon, like the rest of the Electrify, the BSY and the Go, and the Burner Pearl, Burner Solid, Afterburners, only because I might need them as tournament conditions, or on a really, really, really high friction house shot. So I'm going to put those in my bag just in case I need them, because I might need them at some point. The only bowling balls you're not ever going to see in my bag are Tropical Surges. I'm sorry, but I don't never get down to that with a bowling ball, and I never will. My plan is to take place of those bowling balls. There's going to be the Burners series, the Afterburner series. Like I said, there's going to be the Electrifies are going to be in there. We might have some other pieces like the matchup line and stuff like that are going to be in that similar category. I'll be looking at some of the HP2 line balls from Roto Grip back in the day and see what I can get that's similar to them. Similar in that vicinity to take place in the Tropical Surge line, but I'm not doing any Tropical Surge because it is too weak. But we'll get there when like I said, we'll get there when I have the chance to get them in the future. But anyway, Phase 5. This is, I want to say, the cleanest phase that I've ever thrown. The Phase AI is out from Storm. It's supposed to be stronger than this overall. So that's going to be my step up. That'll be probably my small step up ball from this. Phase 4 is a little bit stronger, a little bit smoother because of the colors in the ball and also the way I drilled it. Phase 5 is my cleanest phase. And I get down to this ball when the lanes are hooking a bunch. If the lanes are hooking more than this ball can handle, I will drop down into my Storm Street Fight, which was my first ever Storm ball ever drilled, and I will ball down from there. Like I said, the weakest balls I'll probably have in my bag are, like I said, Burners, Afterburners, Hustles, Matchups, Matches, Badger Line from Night Global, stuff like that. But you will never ever see Tropical Surge in my hands. Because Tropical Surges for me just do not work because I have too much oil on my side of the lane. And my lanes do not dry out fast enough. Also, want to talk to you guys about urethane. Now, if I was going to build another bag sorry, another couple bowling balls to put into this arsenal. Because I said I have the Halo Salad as my number 1. I have the DNA Core as my number 2, and my Ion Pro is number 3. We have the Hype Salad is number 4, the Zen is number 5, and the Phase 5 is number 6. So let's take out one bowling ball. I'd probably be taking out the Phase 5. And the reason I take out the Phase 5 is because the Phase 5 is a little bit too clean. So I'd probably go Halo Salad, DNA Coil, Ion Pro, Hype Salad, Zen, and I'd probably pop in a urethane ball. Like an IQ78U, a level, a UC3, something like that, for a 6-ball arsenal. And then add, for a 7-ball arsenal, I would take my mix as for 7 bowling ball. If I was going to do a 6-ball arsenal, I'd probably do a Halo Salad, DNA Coil, swap out the Ion, take the Ion Pro, take the Hype Salad, so it'd be, I'd probably do, Halo Salad, DNA Coil, Ion Pro, Zen, and then do a urethane ball, and then do a spit ball. It'd go Halo Salad, DNA Coil, Ion Pro, Zen, IQ78U, or level, or UC3 or whatever, and then my mix. If I was going to go to like a really, really short pattern, I'd probably be taking 2 or 3 urethanes and maybe a couple of reactives. So if I was going to do a shorter pattern, I'd probably go IQ78U, UC3 level, Phase 2, IQ Tour, and probably mix. I wouldn't be taking I wouldn't taking any ASIMs at that point. I would just taking symmetrics and urethane and a spitball. Medium and long is where I gravitate towards the other balls I was talking about. But anyway, guys, that's gonna end this video. Sorry for my little bit of a rougher voice. I'm a little bit sick right now. Also, sorry about my little speeches in between that they were long. I'm just trying to explain to you guys the best I can about how to build an arsenal for house shots that you know of and house shots you have not played on before, and also on sports shot patterns like medium, long, and short. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. I'll be posting a video probably tomorrow before I go bowling, or tomorrow morning before I get home from work. Before I go into the league tomorrow night to let you guys know what I'm taking with me. Maybe guys, we'll see y'all next time. Every Silver signing out. Peace.